My name is Anna Godefroy. I'm one of the co-founders of Winners Project. Just jumping in very quickly, just to before Davin tells you his experience as a winner and as a staff of Winners Project, I just wanted to take a minute to tell you how we started and why we exist as an organization. I'm just curious to know in this room how many people have never heard of us before being invited to this event. Can you raise your hand if you never heard about us or you knew almost nothing about us? It's about a bit more than half, a bit less than half, maybe half. There's lots of new faces. It's great. I know very few people tonight, and I'm very excited about that. How we started, so Gabi Korsheva, who's here, myself and Ken Liotti, we wanted to get a group of winners together, and that was 4 years ago, almost 5. And the idea was to hear them and just understanding what their needs were. Originally, I'm from France. I lived in Paris, London before coming here, and when I arrived in Vancouver, I was amazed by how immaculate the city looked, how clean, how tidy, how people follow the rules. I'm really annoyed at that now, 8 years later. When I started, I loved that, the first 6 months. And then I discovered the downtown east side. And the downtown east side, as everyone knows, is striking contrast with the rest of the city. And that's something, so in France, we have poverty for sure. And there's poverty everywhere. It just looks very different. And here I thought the contrast between one street to the other, one type of people and the other, it was just really striking. And then I saw the winners, I saw people pushing shopping carts, which I've never seen except in American movies before. And living on the edge of Chinatown, I was on I didn't know that, but the road to the bottle depot, United Weekend, that Ken created. So it's the highway of winners. And so I was seeing winners all day long, in and out, shopping carts full and empty and full and empty. And so I was really interested in that, and I was just really impressed because you could clearly see that those people have challenges, like mental health issues, physical, it's hard for people to push stuff around like that. You can see there's addiction and all, the poverty, living on the margin, and yet they still get up every morning or every night and they go and they've been, and that's 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And we have a bunch of people here tonight, winners, that do that themselves. So I want to acknowledge them. So there's Berta here, Davin, Michael is there. Michael was the first winner to join us. At the back there is John, Kelly and Bev that are there, early members too. Who am I? Amanda is here, our newest recruit. Terry's at the back, hiding, as always. And Mark is also at the back. So, these guys are the driving force of the Winners Project. And so when Gabi and I started, we volunteered for a year before getting some funding and getting something going. And when we started, we heard from these guys and many others that they were like, okay, winning might not have been my dream career. It's not something you think about when you grow up and you're like, yeah, I want to be a winner. But that being said, they were like, that's where I'm at this point. And instead of fighting me, can you guys help me get something going? And maybe just telling people we're recycling waste, we're actually cleaning up the streets. Like Mike always say, the back lane is safer when I'm here than when I'm not. And so it was like, how can we tell that story? And so we came up with pilot projects around recycling waste, diverting waste, and a fee-for-service model, basically. And Davin will tell you more about that. But the idea was to showcase what winners do, more than just telling the story, but actually being like, no, actually it's happening, whether you want it or not, we're doing it. And it's been working. And so that's where we are today. So, so you didn't see that video about the cart, you might, if you're lucky. 3 minutes, but it's really worth it. HCMA did it. The cart prototype is here. This is one of our pilots. We brought it here because it's a very tangible thing for people to see. It's an infrastructure project. It's going to be a cart sharing program. The cart was designed by Shane Frey, who's at the back here, on a volunteer based, and we're going to do a whole system, like 2 stations, free system for members of the Nurse Project. They borrow the card, use it, bring it back. So that's just one of the things we do. Let me see my notes. We also have steering committee members. Janet, who's here, Scott here, and Steve Johnston, who's joining the steering committee. So I want to acknowledge you as volunteers and your contribution. That's all.
Oh, wait.
And Mike.
I just wanted to mention, dinner is not even a word in the dictionary, so that's why nobody knows who we are. So we're working on it. So that's kind of the goal. We'll see what happens.
Thanks, Mike. That's true. Winners is something a word
So
I
if
didn't
you
know.
put it on your computer, you're going to get the little lines under it.
Yeah. And so before we, no, are we doing that now?
Ready?
So we're going to put that on, and then then Davin will tell you about his experience. Thank you.